In today's video, we're going to talk about the Brause Extra Fine 66 Nib, which is a teeny tiny little nib with a big personality. So I want to show you why I love this nib. It might be small, but it can make really big stroke contrast. So you see this is a very thin stroke, but then apply pressure and you've got this really nice thick downstroke. And it's particularly compatible with more liquid inks like Iron Gall ink. So I really love it and I use it for a lot of my projects, but I do want to say that it's not the most beginner friendly nib, and I've seen that firsthand at the workshops that I've taught. So let's talk about why that is. So this nib is very flexible, like I said, which means you have to know how to harness that flex. So as a beginner, what happens is you haven't quite learned how to regulate your pressure yet. So because of that, maybe you're applying more pressure to one side of the nib than the other. And what that can do is that can really cause the nib to catch on the paper and one tine gets stuck while the other moves forward. Where on a less flexible nib like the Nico G, it has a little more tolerance for that. A second issue that a lot of beginners have, and even I have sometimes, is this nib doesn't readily let ink down. So you might go to write and nothing happens, just like here. So if this happens to you, all you need to do is take some ink on the nib and then wiggle the nib just slightly. And as soon as you get a tiny dot of ink, then you can actually work from that ink to write. I hope that you enjoyed this video and that it encourages you to try out this tiny but mighty nib. If you have any questions, of course, feel free to ask, and happy writing!